Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tado Jayam Udire Nashtaprayeshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naistiki Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Sopadantikam Vanchakalpatarubhyasya Kripa Sindhubhya Eva Cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Mukam karoti vacharam bhangum langhayate girim Yatkripatamaham vande Shri Gurum Dinataranam. Okay, Hare Krishna everyone. I hope you're all happy wherever you are. The Kartik month has started, and so it's a great opportunity to take full advantage of this Kartik month and render devotional service or increase our devotional service. So I'm very, very grateful to Ramananda Prabhu for this opportunity to discuss Srimad Bhagavatam with all of you. So we'll continue to read from Srimad Bhagavatam, 8th canto, chapter 16, text 21, I think. One second, last year. Yeah. Yesterday we discussed text 20. Today we are discussing from 21 onwards. So briefly again, so Kashyapa Muni is beginning to instruct Aditi. Aditi is morose because her sons, led by Indra, they have lost the kingdom to Bali Maharaj. And as an attached mother, as an affectionate mother, she wants that her sons be reinstated. They get their kingdom back. And so they're happy. Kashyapa Muni is giving her a means by which this can be accomplished. So he's encouraging her to render devotional service. And he's telling her that Krishna, I cannot do much with respect to your desire, but Krishna can definitely do something with your desire. So you pray to Krishna, you render devotional service, and he's giving her, the means, the details of the devotional service. Initially, he's explaining the principles of devotional service, why she should render devotional service, why all of us should render devotional service. So this is a very important shloka, 8th canto, chapter 16, text 21. So Kashyapa Muni is saying, Saha vidashyati te kaman harir dina anukampanaha amogha bhagavad bhaktir na itarati matir mama. Very nice. Na itarati means anything but Bhagavad Gita. There is no other way. The translation. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is very merciful to the poor. Harir Dina Anukampanaha. This is being translated. Will fulfill all of your desires. For devotional service unto him is infallible. So devotional service is infallible. Achyuta, Amogha. Amogha is infallible. Prabhupada is translated. Any method other than devotional service is useless. Na itarati matir mama. So Kashyapa is saying, according to my opinion, na itarati, there is no other way besides this infallible devotional service. Amogha Bhagavad Bhaktir. and on that basis Krishna will fulfill your desire. So that's the translation. Again, read the translation one more time. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is very merciful to the poor, will fulfill all of your desires, for devotional service unto him is infallible. Any method other than devotional service is useless. That is my opinion. And then now, Prabhupada purport. There are three kinds of men who are called Akama, Mokshakama, and Sarvakama. Somehow yesterday in our discussion we had discussed this verse. There are three kinds of men who are called Akama, Mokshakama, and Sarvakama. One who tries to get liberation from this material world is called Mokshakama. One who wants to enjoy this material world to its fullest extent is called Sarvakama. And one who has fulfilled all his desires and has no further material desires is called Akama. A bhakta has no desire. Sarva upadi vinirmuktam tatparatvena nirmalam. So he is nirmalam. He is purified and free from material desires. Again, Srila Prabhupada is explaining. The Mokshakami wants to achieve liberation by merging into the existence of the Supreme Brahman. And because of this desire to merge into the existence of the Lord, he is not yet pure. And since those who want liberation are impure, what to speak of the karmis who have so many desires to fulfill? Nonetheless, the Shastra says, Dantanam, Akama sarva kamo va moksha kama udaradi tivrena bhakti yogena yajeta purusham param. Srimad Bhagavatam, 2nd Canto, 3rd Chapter, Text 10. Whether one desires everything or nothing, or desires to merge into the existence of the Lord, he is intelligent only if he worships Lord Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, by rendering transcendental loving service. Now, specifically, Prabhupada is talking about Kashyapa Muni and Aditi here, okay? Kashyapa Muni saw that his wife Aditi had some material desires for the welfare of her sons, but still he advised her to render devotional service to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. In other words, everyone, regardless of whether he is a karmi, jnani, yogi or bhakta, should invariably take shelter of the lotus feet of Vasudeva and render transcendental loving service unto him, so that all his desires will be duly fulfilled. Krishna is Dina Anukampana. He is very merciful to everyone. Therefore, if one wants to fulfill his material desires, Krishna helps him. Now Prabhupada is switching gear here. So Krishna is very merciful. If a devotee has some desire, and Krishna wants to show him his mercy in that way, by fulfilling his desire, Krishna may do that. Of course, sometimes if a devotee is very sincere, the Lord, as a special favor to him, refuses to fulfill his material desires and directly blesses him with pure, unalloyed devotional service. Now Chaitanya Charitamrita, there is beautiful shlokas. It is said in Chaitanya Charitamrita, on Madhya Lila, chapter 22, text 38-39. Krishna kahe, आमा भजे मागे विषय सुखा. मतलब मेरी पूजा कर रहा है, you're worshipping me and you're asking for material benedictions. अमृत छाड़ी विष मांगे ये बड़ा मूर्खा. So you're giving up amrita and you're asking for poison. You're giving up nectar and you're asking for poison. You're very foolish. But next verse. You may be foolish, but I'm not foolish. Ami vigya. Ei murkhe vishay kene diva. Why should I give this foolish person some poison? Sva charanamrita diya vishaya bhulaiba. So I'll give him the nectar of my lotus feet and I'll make him forget material things. Krishna says, if one engages in my transcendental loving service, but at the same time wants to the opulence of material enjoyment, he is very, very foolish. Indeed, he is just like a person who gives up ambrosia to drink poison. Since I am very intelligent, why should I give this fool material prosperity? Instead, I shall induce him to take the nectar of the shelter of my lotus feet and make him forget illusory and material enjoyment. If a devotee maintains a material desire and at the same time very sincerely desires to engage at the lotus feet of Krishna, Krishna may directly give him unalloyed devotional service and take away all his material desires and possessions. Oh, oh. This is the Lord's special favor to devotees. Otherwise, if one takes to Krishna's devotional service but still has material desires to fulfill, he may become free from all material desires, as Dhruva Maharaj did. So even it may happen like that also. But this may take some time. It happens gradually. However, again, if a very sincere devotee wants only Krishna's lotus feet, Krishna directly gives him the position of Shuddha Bhakti, unalloyed devotional service. Hare Krishna. I think it's clear when what more is to be said. Sa vidhashyati te kaman harir din anukampana amogha bhagavat bhaktir na itarati matir mama. So as Guru Maharaj says, Srila Prabhupada says, the message of Bhagavatam is very clear, right from the beginning, right from the first shloka. It is talking about pure devotional service. It calls all other religions cheating religion. And so from the get-go, Bhagavatam wants to give pure devotional service to its readers. And as Maharaj mentions, and that message of Srimad Bhagavatam, the pure devotional service, as a refrain in a musical opera, it comes again and again and again and again, in different cantos, in different pastimes. There are other things also in Srimad Bhagavatam, but the theme, the refrain is the same, pure devotional service. Kechit kevalaya bhaktya vasudeva parayana agam dunvanshi karshnena niharam iva bhaskara. So all these messages, other day we were discussing a Bhagavad-Gita verse, Vyavasayatmika buddhir, and His Holiness Bhakti Prem Swami Maharaj were discussing that this Vyavasayatmika buddhi yoga, Kechit kevalaya bhakti, ananya bhakti, bhakti ravya vicharini, these are all the same things actually. So that Vyavasayatmika buddhi that Krishna is talking about, it's not some material intelligence. Shraddha Shabde Vishwasa Kahe Sudrida Nishchaya. Krishna Bhakti Koile Sarva Karma Krita Hoya. So here Kashyapa Muni mercifully is again bringing all of our attention to pure devotional service. He is seeing, of course, as an expert doctor, is seeing that Aditi wants something for her sons. So he's saying, okay, no problem. Even if you want something, then you render pure devotional service. And so Prabhupada quotes the famous shloka, Akama sarva kamo va moksha kama udaradi tivrena bhakti yogena yurita purusham param. So whether one has no desires or all desires or desires for liberation, render devotional service. So the prescription is the same. And so then Prabhupada is explaining, so then there are two ways in one sense. There's the gradual process. Okay, you have some desire, and with your desire you go to Krishna. But as Srila Prabhupada has taught us, even when he was ill, Srila Prabhupada told his disciples wanted to pray to Krishna to keep Prabhupada. But Prabhupada told them, you can pray, but you can see, Krishna, if you so desire, then please keep our spiritual master here. So that is always there, So we should always pray to Krishna like that. Even if we have some desire and we can't somehow shake it off or let it go, then we can pray to Krishna like that. Krishna, if you so desire and if you think it is beneficial for me, I don't know really what is beneficial for me. I think this will be beneficial for me, but you know better. So if you think it will be beneficial for me, then you please give it. If it is not beneficial for me, then you don't have to oblige. But, give me some clarity. And instead, as here Prabhupada is saying here, give me, the shelter of your lotus feet, in which I can remain peaceful. Right? Because there is another Chaitanya Charitamrita shloka, very nice shloka, right? Bhukti Mukti Siddhi Kami Sakale Ashanta. Krishna Bhakta Nishkama Ata Eva Shanta. Same thing here, Akama Sarvakama. So somebody wants bhakti, material enjoyment. Somebody wants bhakti, mukti. Somebody wants liberation. Somebody wants some siddhi, some vibhuti, some opulence. But they're all not peaceful because I want, I want, I want. And so when there is I want, then obviously there is fear.
Lose.
I may get it, I may not get it. So one is not peaceful. But Krishna Bhakta, he is Nishkama. So he is peaceful. Essentially, he wants what Krishna wants. So even if he wants something, he is always tuned in. Does Krishna want this? And if Krishna doesn't want it, then I don't want it. So in that way, he is peaceful.
So,
And it's a very advanced stage.
so you mean in both cases, either failure or success, it doesn't matter.
Yeah,
It is for the Krishna,
yeah,
and
correct,
if he likes,
right,
and then he will
correct.
give the success. If you don't like to go through that, then
Yeah.
that is also fine.
So correct. So in either case, he is peaceful because, yeah, if Krishna wants to give something, he will give. If he doesn't, he will not. Again, Srila Prabhupada's pastimes come to mind. When Srila Prabhupada he was instructed by his spiritual master to go to the West and preach the message of Krishna consciousness. So he did come. He did his part. It took him some time to prepare himself, and he came. And when he came, he had a plan, and he was executing his plan. But then, at least externally, not much was happening the first year or so. And so Srila Prabhupada was never discouraged. He was never discouraged because he was focused on executing the mission of his spiritual master. So he was trying his level best. And so he would keep checking. He would go to the docks and he would check, for his return to India. That and he kept doing his part. And then, of course, then there was the Hare Krishna explosion. So Prabhupada, in both cases, he was peaceful. And even when he got so much success, as we can see, he did not get to Srila Prabhupada. He continued to remain the same humble servant. When he had nothing or he had everything, his mind did not flinch. He continued to remain the servant and whatever Krishna wanted. And it is mentioned in his poem also, right? He said, I am here like a puppet. I don't know why you have brought me here. You make me dance. As you wish, you make me dance. So anyway, so full surrender means full freedom. So here, Krishna, Prabhupada is explaining that Krishna may fulfill the desire, like in Dhruva's case. Dhruva Maharaj, he had a desire to have a kingdom even greater than his great grandfather Brahma. And Krishna says, okay. Narada Muni, but he wanted to fulfill that desire in a religious way. He didn't want to do it by hook or by crook. So again, Narada Muni gave him a means, similar means, pure devotional service. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. And by executing the devotional service, he became purified. And within 6 months, Lord Vishnu, he came. And by that time, actually, Dhruva was purified and he didn't really want what he had set out to get before. And he was very regretful. He was thinking, oh my God, what was I asking? I have a diamond now, and I was asking for cut glass.
Gotcha.
But then anyway, so Krishna, he says, no, now you can't get away. So Krishna, he gave him the kingdom also, and Krishna says, don't worry, I'll be with you like that. So anyway, those are special devotees, special favors. So sometimes Krishna may do that. Krishna may, remove the impurity in our heart. So Krishna does that actually. Sometimes he holds something back and he doesn't give it to us. I've seen that. Even you may have some desire, even a small desire, like I want to play the mridanga, or I want to do kirtan, like that. And if the desire, and obviously in our stages that desire is a mixed desire, there is some other thing also going on. And so to the extent Krishna will decorate you, I've seen, is the extent you become purified and more purified, then Krishna continues to decorate you. And if he sees something off, then Krishna may do a course correction. He may even withdraw some ability that you have. Because if you're not using it for his devotional service, then he may take it away from you. So anyway, so Krishna is very expert. He knows exactly what will bring somebody to him. So he is very expert. He knows exactly what will bring somebody to him, and he also knows what will keep somebody away from him. So he will give him that which will bring him closer to him. So sometimes he may give something to the devotee. Sometimes he may not give him something to the devotee to intensify his surrender and shelter. And so here Prabhupada is saying, like a devotee, if he has one leg in one boat, like Jagadananda Pandit mentions, if he has one leg in one boat and the other leg in another boat, and he's trying to cross a river, then he's going to fall. And so Krishna, he says, no, 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 this will not work. You have to put both the legs in one boat. And so Krishna may not give you an option. He may take away all other options, and you have no other option. And so this is what Chaitanya Charitamrita is saying. Krishna is saying, my devotee, if he's very sincere, but somehow he's stuck somewhere, he's stuck, he's hung up on something that he wants. So he may be stuck. He may be hung up on something out of foolishness, out of attachment. But I am a master. I am not foolish. And I know what is better for him. So in that case, Krishna may not give you an option. He may not give you an option. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is saying, I'm not a fool. He is wanting some poison, but will I give it to him? No, I will not give it to him. Oh,
Okay, Hare.
Hare Krishna. So that's what Kashyapa Muni is saying here. He is giving her the means of pure devotional service, and then we will see how this Lila unfolds. So this is a special favor to his devotees. Krishna's special favor to his devotees. And we see this again in Srila Prabhupada's life. Srila Prabhupada, his spiritual master had given him an instruction to go to the West, preach Krishna consciousness. And of course, Srila Prabhupada was very, very dutiful, and he carried out his duties to his house, to his family members. And then towards the end of his life, his everything collapsed. His business collapsed, everything collapsed. So Krishna took away everything. And Prabhupada writes, he left him, penniless. And Prabhupada writes, and one has no money, then all one's relatives and friends and everybody, they leave him. So then Prabhupada was free. And so Prabhupada was free, and then he spread the message of Krishna consciousness. So this is the first installment, Prabhupada writes. The first installment of Krishna's mercy is that sometimes he takes away all these things which are a block. Anyway, so it's 9 o'clock. We'll pause here and see if there is any comment or any question, any discussion. Very powerful purport by Srila Prabhupada.
So it means either someone has the desire or no desire, but ultimately we have to surrender to the Lord.
Yeah.
And then this is the auspicious month, Kartik month, and we should surrender to the Lord.
Correct.
And offer the ghee lamp to the Lord, so that our desires, particular desire, is to have the value of the human form of the life, so that can be fulfilled, that valuable life.
Anyway, it's a very amazing purport. Should we-
It is related to the full pure devotional service.
Yeah, and Krishna mentions in Bhagavad-Gita, right? Four kinds of people come to me. Chaturvidha bhajante mam, jana sukritino arjuna, artho artharthi jignyashu, jnani cha bharata rishabha. Four kinds of people come to me. Same thing, akama, sarva kama was somewhat similar. Bhagavatam further elaborates that. And Krishna considers all of them Sukriti. Yesterday night we talked about the Sukriti and Duskriti. So people who have some, piety, they approach Krishna. If they are distressed, they approach Krishna. They want something, they approach Krishna. Yeah. If they are just curious, so this Damodar month, as Prabhu is mentioning, this Kartik month, hey, I mean, I'm hearing so much about this Kartik month. I don't really know about all this, but I'm curious. Let me try something. It could just begin with that. Let me offer a ghee lamp. Let me chant one round. Let me hear this, morning and evening we're discussing Bhagavatam. If nothing else, just log in for half an hour and hear and learn these things. And Gyani Cha Bharat Rishabha. And one who is actually looking for the absolute truth. He's the best. But Krishna, he embraces everyone. He can take everyone. He can pull everyone further. And slowly, slowly, Krishna may mitigate the distress and then bring us to the higher platform to render devotional service like that. Anyway, this is a beautiful process. Wherever we are, we can begin it. And there is no loss, as Prabhu is mentioning, in this human form of life to do devotional service. There is no loss. Even if we don't finish it in this lifetime, we continue it from the next lifetime. So there is no loss. So in this Kartik month, especially, let us take full benefit of the sale that's going on. And Krishna, as we were discussing yesterday, Uru Karaka, Swalpam, even if we do a very little, something that is very small, we do, Krishna magnifies it, 1,000 times, and he considers it to be great. So even from a investment point of view, materialistic standpoint of view, even if we just sort of space out the entire year, don't do anything else the rest of the 11 months, but this Kartik month, we can be more focused and do something.
Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you all very much. Thank you.
Vanchakalpalvesya
Kripa
Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavibhyo Namo Namah. Ananta Koti
Vaishnavinda ki jai. Kartik
Kartik
Mahatmya ki
Jai.
jai.
Is
Sri
Grace
Radha Damodar
Jagadananda
ki
Prabhu ki
jai.
Jai. Hare Krishna. Thank you all of you for watching.
Thank you for joining and watching. Hare Krishna.